Mr. Beneman, I did so well on my last test, but I need help with this one.
You've come to the right place. We'll help you solve this math equation.
Okay, part A is asking for us to find the velocity of the characters at time t. So basically all you're doing, time t equals 10. Basically all you're doing is plugging in 10 for t. So 1/2 times 10 squared equals 50. 5 times 10 equals 50. Plus 4, 50 plus 50 equals 100. 100 plus 4 equals 104. And since it's asking for velocity, we're going to do feet per second. Now we're solving for B. B, we have to find the acceleration at t equals 5, and if the speed is increasing or decreasing. So we have to take the derivative, which is t plus 5, and then you plug in 5 for t, which is 5 plus 5, which is equals 10. So now that we know that 10 feet per second squared, and then we can use our answer for A to see if it's increasing or decreasing, and because they are both positive, we can see that the speed is increasing because they have the same sign.
For part C, we have to write an integral expression to show the distance traveled from t equals 0 to t equals 6. So first, we're going to have to take an integral of the velocity from 0 to 6. And since it's distance traveled, we have to do the absolute value, because otherwise it would just be the displacement. So once we get this, we're going to plug our velocity equation in. So we have this. Okay, and then we have to find the antiderivative. So when we find the antiderivative, we're going to get t cubed over 6 plus 5t squared over 2 plus 4t, and then can't forget the c. And then in order to solve for c, we need to plug in 0 to our equation, because we know. Okay, so when we plug in 0 for t, we get set this equal to our 200, because we know our initial position is 200 at time t equals 0. So when at time equals 0, we're going to get a c value of 200. Okay, now once we're here, we just plug in the c back into our initial equation and then solve. So we're just going to put this up here and then evaluate it from 0 to 12. And we'll get a total of 150 feet.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay, D is asking to find the position of the characters at t equals 3, given that they start at a height of 200 and they're going down a hill. So basically you have to set up your integral, so your 200 minus your integral because of how they're starting, and then you plug in your velocity equation, you solve for the integral, and then you plug in 3 and 0 to evaluate it at those values, which you don't really need to plug in 0 because it'll just end up being 200 with your c value. And so when you plug in 3, you get a value of 239, and then 0, you get a value of 200. 200 minus 39 is 161 feet.
Now you know how to solve this equation with Christmas spirit.
I got it. Thank you. Who's?